right?
West, north, south.
Okay, we're by Ball Road. We're over here with one of our finest veterans from Vietnam, and he served in the Dave. You served
United States Air Force, 45th G, Ground Electronics Engineering Installation Agency, Mechanical Arm and CIA, and I top secret clearance. I was at TETA 68, base of the Iron Triangle, when they attacked every village, city, and hamlet in the whole country. And I was at the Rock Pile, base of the Iron Triangle, Highway 1. I was at Ton Thu Cho Lan, Rock and Roll, TETA 68. And then I came home for 30 days leave, and I went back, and I went to Ban Rang Air Base, 8 miles, or 60 miles east of the lot and 60 miles west of Vung Tau, base of Central Highlands. And I was also at Cam Ranh Bay and a bunch of other places. I came, just little places with electric towers, and it was God's will that I survived.
And what brought you here at this campground?
Oh, just California. Well, you know, I hitchhiked across the country twice. I got out here the first time, and I hitchhiked here, and I landed in Long Beach, and I thought Long Beach was a real strange place. And I stuck my thumb out. I went all the way back and landed in New Orleans. And I worked in Algiers, Louisiana, in the pipe yards, hard work. And I thought, well, you know, maybe California, give it one more shot. And I came all the way out here. I went down to Four Corners and Dana Point, and I met my wife, and we were married for 23 years. She had a coronary, and she died May 1st, 1997 of a heart attack. And that kind of took the wind out of my sails. And I started drinking for a while, and I got a DUI and gained a lot of weight. And then after the DUI kind of put me in shock, and I got a job. I moved over to Stanton at a Ready to Recover, and I ended up getting a job at the Anaheim Convention Center. And I worked there for almost 3 years, and then laid off of that, and I moved down here because it didn't work out too well in LA and Stanton, so I'm pretty adaptable. I mean, I can.
And how long have you been out here?
I've been on the riverbed just about 10 years.
Of 10 years? Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, actually, part of the thing is because you got benefits, and I know they say there's shelters out there. We're trying to get campgrounds,
right,
which are mostly why I'm advocating for that, because just about everybody.
Did you touch base with Pastor Don?
Yes, I talked to Pastor Don. Yeah, he's actually helping on that.
That's great.
We have a lady, Nancy West, who's actually...
She's a great guy.
She actually has constructed how a campground would work, which she calls alfresco gardens.
That's
and
great.
We're pushing that. So far, the mayor from Anaheim has been impressed with her presentation. So, but the other thing is the other people, the shelters and all that said, you guys need shelters, not campgrounds like here,
you know,
because
a lot of people. I mean, my opinion is I mean, a lot of people probably agree with me. Is these warehousing shelters are kind of like they're who is it more convenient for, the people or the clergymen to be able to always know where you are at all times? If people were able to live together in a large campground that was authorized by them, personally, I would rather live in the campground and then be warehoused in a
right, because in the shelters or a warehouse, we could call there's no privacy, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
And I've had people say, well, why don't you go to the armories and shelters? And I said, well, look, in my opinion, and a lot of people that I talk to, there's a lot more thieves and stuff going on in there than there is out here. Yeah. And the truth of the matter is all these people here that are in the district, I know every single one of them, and we all trust each other.
Right, you're a community out here, right?
Johnny, Kent, Carol, Chris, Joe, Anna, down there, the other Chris Jarhead.
Kurt, you know Kurt too, right?
Kurt, yeah.
How many vets do you think there are?
Down here, not that many now. There are other vets. There's a couple of Marine vets that live at. There's one that he lives at his sister's house over there in Batavia. He got some heavy hits, but I would say in southern Orange County there's quite a few. Down here right now, and I'm probably one of the only ones.
Have you been offered housing?
Yeah. My problem is I'm debating right now. I'm working with Mental Health Association, MHA, a girl named Missy and a guy named Don, and they're great people. But I feel like I'm being channeled. Your own room, Dave. Your own this, that, and the other thing. And I wonder, is it so they'll know where I am to be able to. I mean, if you pigeonhole and shell people, then I know this one's here and this one's here and this one's there, and it's not paranoia as much as I've been through this. Give me my own apartment, give me my own room thing before. I have a really strong feeling right now. I need the outdoors. I need nature. I need. Right now, this is not it. I feel like I'm being pressed in to this place. This is like more like a city to me. If I go to Oregon, it'll be with a few friends, and I'm basically I'm a survivor. I can survive in a city, but I think that part of my life is not I've evolved out of that part of my life, the city life. Yeah.
Well, 10 years being out here, you get accommodated.
Oh yeah, and I'm a cold water person. A cold weather person. I grew up in the snow and the ice. I'm a survivor. I get a good tent and a generator and the right people around me if they want to go.
Yeah, guard your.
Well, we try to really stick right now.
Because I see you guys are keeping it all clean out here, and that's
yeah, we do. We keep it clean. And I met the judge twice. He came out and he had this whole entourage with him. And I walked over and he goes, "What's your name? Do you live here?" I said, "Yes, sir." He goes, "What's your name?" I said, "Davey." He goes, "That's my name too." He was a neat little guy, and he was very impressed with us. And if you came up and you gave me $100 to give to Johnny or Kent, when they showed up, that $100 would be there.
Judge Cutter, his name?
Was that his name?
Yeah,
like in his 80s, very spry.
Yeah, I really haven't met him personally, but that's a judge that has been coming through here.
And he had his whole entourage with him, and he was impressed with.
Do you know anything that went on a couple of days at Katella, or?
Well, I came back. I was at MHA, and I came back, and I was coming across the bridge, and Orange County Sheriff and the maintenance trucks were down there, and they posted up. They posted, "Be out of here by," I do believe, yesterday. And there's still some people on the ledge down there.
Yeah. Well, that was the same time we were on the other side in Santa Ana.
Right.
So.
And for the first time, Chris and I went and took a bike ride. We went all the way down to 17, and I was amazed at how much it's like a city. Everything that was empty bike trail is now filled. It's just overwhelming, staggering. So I don't have anything against any of these people, but it's taken us just these amount of people to be able to trust each other this way, like we're family.
Yeah,
years, because we've been through the ringer with Kent and Carol, Johnny, Heidi is here all the time. She doesn't Wally, Chris, Joe and Anna. We're family. We're tight. I mean, this girl Mitzi right here, she's coming over. She got in touch with my oldest granddaughter, and I have a great grandson, and he's probably out of high school now. It's Hayden Grant, blonde hair, blue eyes, the sweetest boy, and oh my God! And I miss my window.
Okay, Dave, I'm gonna cut. And thank you for serving our country. Okay.
I do it all again.
So
I do it all again for South Vietnam Republic.
So camping grounds is a
camping is up 100%. Warehousing, no.
All right.
And I'll bet you'll find out most people will agree with me.
Oh yeah, well they have. Probably about 100% of everybody says
warehousing is like, you know what it's like? It's like Miami winos you get a or Skid Row, you get a cot for the night. You don't know who's next to you, murderers or.
Okay, this is Lou Noel, People's Media. Okay, now I'm under the Katella underpath, where they are being evicted. Most of them have left. There's still a couple of them, a couple of people out here, campers, as you can see. And this is police. Yeah, people are leaving this here so that code enforcement or the sheriffs won't take it. we hope not. So some of the people here that are like Kathy, she's still here. She will let me know what's going on. If they confiscate anything, people need to actually get their belongings that they leave behind wherever they stored them at. It's supposed to be like a mile away. So anyways, quick stop. I've been out here all morning, all day. It's beginning to feel like a full-time job with no pay. But if I was getting paid, I would be getting overtime. But no big deal. We're still fighting the good fight. The cost is to actually get people housing. With the millions of dollars the county has, they could end homelessness by the end of the year if they implement that money and stop the red tape. So it's been 2012 since they implemented that. So I don't know if they're gonna wait for the next 3 years, because it's a 10-year plan. So are they hoarding all the money and letting people die over here? 75 or so deaths already this year alone of the homeless population, dying of illness, dying of heat exhaustion when it's hot. We just had one blackie died in his tent, dehydrated. A few months ago it was Juan. That's a sheriff's training facility. Training facility here that they're putting their fireworks. Anyways, this is Lou Noble, People's Media, out here by the Honda Center in Anaheim, where they have evicted people from under the bridge. Everybody's heading to the other side, as you can see. It doesn't make sense because people are out of sight just in the bike trail here, but then they push them out, and they do push them out from here. Then it would be the streets, because there is no affordable housing, there is no housing, and there is no campgrounds. I keep repeating myself because every video I do, whoever sees it, there are people missing out here. Part of the problem, a lot of women out here that run away or are out here are very in danger of the criminal element that surrounds the homeless community. Drug dealers or pimps or whoever, but mostly most of the time the community, homeless community that comes together, protect themselves and protect their own. But there's still that small criminal element that preys on homeless people. That's one of the reasons that we need housing now, and we need campgrounds like alfresco gardens. So hopefully, you know, this becomes a vicious circle every year for the past 3 years and longer than that, that I've been going to council meetings, board of supervisors, Just last year, we said it was a state of emergency that we had. So hopefully, hopefully we get things done soon. Implementing camping grounds, because we are building a coalition of those that are compassionate and that want to do help the homeless in a humane way, not law enforcement. The law does not help at all. Even one of our officers has told me that. That's on the record. The law enforcement is not the answer. As Einstein once said, it's foolishness to keep doing something over and over and over again and expect different results. So we got to get something new going here, and actually campgrounds that we are asking for are temporary, and if they do work, we'll keep them, because that's what the people want. That's what the people will get.